What are the keys to visual storytelling in film? Hi, my name is Kamran Rathod. I'm a filmmaker, and today I'm exploring the craft behind visual storytelling. Spoilers ahead. Directors like Denis Villeneuve, the Coen brothers, Martin McDonagh, Jordan Peele, Zach Cregger, and others have the ability to make their audiences lean in by communicating key plot points visually instead of verbally. Structurally, the first device for executing this storytelling technique is reverse shot. Of course, this can be used for verbal moments as well, but it's almost unavoidable if you're relying on visuals and sound design alone. You begin by showing something of consequence, we'll call this shot the catalyst, and follow it by showing its effect on either the story world, the actor, or both. We'll call this shot the reaction. Depending on how the director has shot these interactions, these two moments can be combined into the same shot if physical space is of consequence. Often, this reverse shot technique is used at the turning point of a scene, which is also referred to as the moment of change. Let's look at a few examples from Zach Cregger's Weapons. We'll start with a straightforward and classic use within the horror genre. The lead actor, Julia Garner, sees something terrifying, something, or in this case, someone, who presents an immediate threat. After this moment, the scene changes from a heated verbal altercation to a fight for survival.
Marcus?
And in another scene, Alden Ehrenreich's cop character searches a drug addict's pockets when all of a sudden, his safety is violated, so he responds with a violent outburst that changes everything in the scene. It's a point of no return, but there are different types of examples that are more subtle and split up the catalyst and reaction shots between scenes. For example, in No Country for Old Men, Josh Brolin's character Llewellyn Moss is on the run from a psychotic hitman played by Javier Bardem, and so he checks into a hotel for the night. There's a front desk clerk who checks him in, and there's a cat with a saucer of milk on the floor. Both seem like just normal details, but later, after being found by the hitman, and in the middle of the gunfight, Llewellyn Moss loops around the building and re-enters through the front. He finds the cat drinking from the spilled saucer of milk and the front desk unattended. The Coen brothers are letting us, the audience, put together the pieces of the puzzle on our own. There was a man at that desk and an unspilled saucer of milk before. Then, a murderous hitman entered the building, and now the saucer of milk is spilled, and the man is gone. It's moments like these that invite us, the audience, to not just witness a story, but partake in it. David Lynch once said, "Human beings are like detectives. They love a mystery. They love going where the mystery pulls them. What we don't like is a mystery that's solved completely. For me, I want to solve certain things but leave some room to dream." It's that room to dream that makes visual storytelling such a powerful tool for creating a lasting experience for the audience. One writer and showrunner is especially adept at creating sequences that rely mostly on visual storytelling. That's Vince Gilligan. Throughout Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and now Pluribus, he and his writer's room consistently return to slow-paced sequences portraying seemingly mundane or insignificant moments. These quiet moments serve multiple functions. The first and most simple, yet important, is that they're a reprieve from high-intensity, high-stakes action. They get you, the audience, to lean in and say, "Why am I watching this?" And eventually, you realize exactly what's going on. They're withholding knowledge from you to get you to ask the questions, and then they give you the answer. An example is towards the end of Better Call Saul. He's performing the most boring part of his day, closing up shop at Cinnabon. But why are we here for it? Minutes later, we learn he's bribing his way into the security office to time how long he can distract them. Now we have our answer. He's planning a heist. Another function of these types of scenes is setting a tone and foreshadowing what's to come. For example, in Breaking Bad, at the beginning of season 2, there's a teddy bear in Walter White's pool, and it immediately tells us something is going to go terribly, violently wrong, and it's Walter White's fault, without ever saying a word. These scenes and sequences can even have Easter eggs. Ever notice how the teddy bear is half burnt? How it's missing an eye? Remind you of something else from Breaking Bad? That is great writing and execution. Which brings me to the last key to great visual storytelling: planning and execution. Of course, these moments need to carry weight within the story, oftentimes serving as a turning point, as I've mentioned, or making the audience ask how this seemingly random moment will connect to everything else, thus making us the detective, which is fun. But practically, they need to be shot with precision. They need to be executed well. Clear framing, thoughtful blocking, and meaningful art direction all play a huge role in ensuring these moments land in the way that they were intended. Oftentimes, if a scene includes a character noticing a relatively small prop or detail, the use of a close-up is key, and if an actor is supposed to notice that prop or detail, another close-up or medium shot is going to be crucial in keeping the audience looped in. This is often executed in the shot-reverse shot format, but there are also details which may not be absolutely crucial to the plot, so while they're still included, they can be covered in a wide shot. It's a world-building moment that just adds something extra under the surface of what really matters. One such moment, going back to No Country for Old Men, is the very end. It's similar to the other example where the Coen brothers have taken a visual detail from earlier in the film that was seemingly inconsequential and paid it off, this time much later. The hitman, Anton Chigurh, played by Javier Bardem, takes his shoes off before killing some sicarios. At the moment it happens, it seems like just a strange character trait. Maybe he's doing it for stealth, maybe for cleanliness. But later, after he's visited Llewellyn Moss's widow, and we're left wondering if he's killed her or not, he comes outside, in a wide shot, and he checks his boots. It's not the point of the shot to know whether or not he killed her. The film works with or without that knowledge, but it's the kind of attention to detail that enriches the keen viewer's experience, and I believe it adds a layer to the story, even if you aren't conscious of it. Visual storytelling is the foundation of good filmmaking. The use of space, people, and objects to create a world of action and consequence is mandatory if you want to capture an audience's imagination and get them to buy in, if you want to get them to be the detective in your story. The uses of visual storytelling can range from clear and immediate to subtle and subconscious. How you use these tools is up to you, the filmmaker. Now, there are more details and nuances to visual storytelling than I just covered, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate you spending this time with me. I'm planning on making more video essays in the future, so let me know what other aspects of film you're curious about in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm Kamran Rathod, and I'll see you in the next one.